It feels like he's just a bitter, jilted ex.
I can't put a belt on my daughter and make her go out there and talk to her mother or be around her mother or go around her mother.
This is my only child. This is his only child. And it's her pivotal moments. I want to be in her life.
She done had 2 years to fix her relationship with her daughter. And I tell Naya, I say, Naya, call your mama, talk to your mother. And then Halima always do something to destroy that. You haven't done nothing for Naya in 2 years. You haven't done nothing. You haven't. You haven't done nothing. You haven't brought her clothes. You haven't brought her nothing.
This school year, Casey, I took her school shopping.
One second. Miss McCollum.
The 800 you sent, that was money that you did steal from her because now, Halima, you had her card when she was working. Yes, Halima, Halima, you took her money. Then you want to return her money when she call you and ask you about the money. This months after she had worked and got this job and got this check.
It's a really odd thing for something like that to almost kill a relationship because it's just money.
That was her money. You didn't go in her job and work with her. But then you want to say, oh, you a mother that you do this and you do that. Halima, you haven't done nothing. The last 2 years, you haven't sent no child support.
But Mr. Lovejoy, you are not a good co-parent.
If it was on the other foot around, and like I said, Miss McCallum, she's not providing nothing. She's not helping with nothing, Your Honor.
If you want child support, Mr. Lovejoy, just say you want child support.
She's not going.
Mr. Lovejoy, you want child. Mr. Lovejoy, if you want child support, say it.
Yes, I want child support.
Why you can't call her and ask for 200 or 300, whatever it is that you wanted? Buy some clothes.
Because Your Honor, because it's too confrontational to talk to Halima.
I think a text message is not all of that, Mr. Lovejoy. When you can text her to tell you not to come to Anaya's job. You could text her to tell her to send her $200. Come on, be the co-parent I need you to be. Is this a game? You think Miss McCullough wants to come to court, beg and cry on the Zoom that's recording on YouTube for the world to see?
Yes. Mom got to step up to the plate. She's not stepping up to the plate because she's not taking care of her responsibility.
Tell me why mom is not stepping up to the plate. What should mom be doing?
Providing for her child.
Dad accuses mom of stealing money from their daughter and not providing for her in 2 years.
The purpose of this hearing is really just a status to try to check on where we are with regard to your daughter. So let's start with you, Mr. Lovejoy. Where are we?
Your Honor, we're still at the same point of her and Anaya needing to sit down and talk. I mean, well, not sit down and talk, but they have plenty of times and it's just not going right between them two. And like I said, Your Honor, I can't put a belt on my daughter and make her go out there and talk to her mother or be around her mother or go around her mother. You know, everything is all about Casey doing this, Casey doing that. At this point, my daughter's 17. You guys her mother need to sit down and talk instead of trying to control the situation.
Like I warned you, a 16-year-old's hard to control. They vote with their feet one way or the other.
But aren't they talking? Isn't this the whole point of the?
No, ma'am.
What do you mean? What's the difference? What do you mean they need to sit down and talk?
I mean, ma'am, they not spending no time with each other. I mean, Miss McCallum, she's supposed to come and get her, and she's not coming when she's supposed to. You know, she's just not coming when she's supposed to. Like last time we was talking, she's supposed to come pick her up on Friday after school. She's never done that. They never done that together. And then, like she said, her job is lingering. So she able to come and pick her up like she's supposed to. She always come to pick her up at like 9. Well, my daughter work on Friday. She just started back working. So she worked on Friday from 5 to like 11 o'clock. Her mother, I got camera of her mother always showing up at my house at 9:30 when she know that she get off at 11 o'clock. So some days my daughter be like, well, Dad, I'm not going with my mom because I don't want to go. So I can't make her go. And I have plenty of messages in my phone. I wish I could upload the voice thing of me and my daughter talking where you can hear it. And I'm not telling my daughter not to go with her mother. Like I said, that's on her. Her and her mother, I don't know what's going on.
When she says she doesn't want to go, are you encouraging her to go or are you just letting her?
Yes. I say, now you know it's your weekend to go with your mother. And I tell her on the phone, I mean, if I could upload that stuff and let you hear it, and I'd be like, well, now that's up to you. I can't do nothing but stand behind you, you know, whatever you want to do. But then she'd be like, well, Dad, I don't want to go.
That's opposite of what I was telling you to tell her. Your position was to encourage the relationship, not to say Anaya, you get to make your own decision, because if you did
Right.
that, then you're
Right.
standing behind her making her own decision rather than encouraging the relationship.
Yeah, but Yana, I tell her, if I like I said, Yana, if I could upload it, I could tell, I can tell, you can hear the message, and I can tell, I say, nah, it's your mother weekend, you need to spend time. But
So the therapy appointments didn't help?
No, I mean, yes, I mean, the therapy, they say they don't see nothing wrong with her. He really wanted to know why was she put into this place, to this program. And he was like, he don't see nothing about her. Like they had on medicine, like she trying to commit suicide. He said, this ain't medicine for her. She don't have no visible marks. She don't have it's nothing wrong with her. So why is he just want to know why was she put into this place? And
was he aware that she had run away from home several times, getting into fights at school?
Yes, he was aware.
And he doesn't think there's any issues with behavior with all of that.
No, as he talked to her and he spoke to me, he don't see no behavior. He didn't see nothing wrong. So he was like, well,
a teenager is running away from home, fighting at school, and your therapist saw nothing wrong with her behavior.
I mean that's just what that's what he told me. So I'm just like, was it a better environment with you? Was it this or was it that? So I said, well, sir, he asked me, have she ran away with you? I said, no, she been with me for a year and a half and she haven't ran away. We haven't had them incidents of her running away or doing this and doing that. So Your Honor, I don't know what's the problem. I mean, I'm talking to her and I don't see no problems with her. I don't see, like I say right now, she's not going through this anymore. I mean, Your Honor, you have to talk to her. I mean, you I just feel like it's a better environment with me. I mean, that's how I feel. Like
what now?
Like the counselor said, she haven't ran away from me, and at all. We haven't had she working every day.
The counselor that you're with, that's a certified counselor?
Yeah, he's a certified counselor.
And Ms. McCollum, how things going from your perspective?
So Yana, not good. It started off okay. I came over and picked her up. She came with me a weekend. It was the weekend before her birthday. Her birthday is October the 2nd. We talked about different things. I took her, she did a photo shoot for her birthday. Nails, everything was fine. I'm on a video with her. She likes to vlog. Everything was okay. Birthday came up, October 2nd. She wanted to go out to eat. Me and her was going to do that with a couple of my friends and one of her friends. Mr. Lovejoy did not allow her to do that with me. Comes the next weekend up with me and her supposed to now come with each other. She called me that Thursday, asked me if she could. She said birthday plans was changed. We were going to come over. She wanted to go to Six Flags with her friends and do some different things, and then go to the haunted house and everything, go out to eat. She called me that Thursday. Supposed to come over that Friday. Called me that Thursday. Mom, I want to spend a night over a friend's house, but it's going to be her dad's house. Absolutely not. Not a man house. No, absolutely not. So here comes Friday. She calls me. She got to school. Oh, we're not going to go over. The young lady name is Asia. We're not going to go over Asia's dad's house. We're going to go over somebody else's house. Who is this person? I don't know her. I never heard you spoke of her. Then I tried to step back, Your Honor, because she hasn't been around me frequently. Does your dad know them? Does he know them? He met them, but does he know them? Does he hang out with them? Have they been around each other? We've always been like that, Your Honor. There's even family members who we don't allow her to go to just because we don't like the scenery or how they dictate with their kids. So you can't go over there. Always been like that. She picked the phone up and said, well, hey, I'm not coming with you then. Hung up on me. I go to try to pick her up. She was supposed to be off that weekend. So that's why when I got off work, because I work from 10 to 8, and yes, my job is lenient. However, if she's mostly working, he takes her to work. And so I pick her up from work there when I go get her. I get off work, have a video, go into the house. The girlfriend opens the door, says she's not here, slams it, and I walk off. I go to her job, go up there. She's not coming with me. I wait for a while. Mr. Lovejoy then pulls up, grabs her, and him and his family go ahead and they go home. I'm sitting outside the car and I have the video of it. I said, Anaya, I'm sitting outside waiting on you. Anaya waits maybe about 20, 30 minutes. And then she says, she texts my phone and said, I'm not coming outside. I said, okay, let me sit back and let me text Mr. Lovejoy. So I text him. I said, hey, Anaya, everything was fine with me and Anaya. She wants to go over someone else's house who I don't know, as well as she already stated to me that you do not know them. I'm not allowing her to go anywhere anything happens, and that's on my heart. So no, she can't do that. You have to fix that with Anaya. Anaya don't feel comfortable going with you. Do I need to call the police on you? The police told me that if she don't feel comfortable with you, she doesn't have to go. So I'm guessing that they called the police to try to see whatever when it was time for her to get off. Every weekend has been my weekend. I have come to try to get my daughter. Mr. Lovejoy pulls up at her job, and I have multiple videos of him grabbing her. She's walking out. He said, Anaya, come to the car and just talk to me. Me and Anaya was just together on Sunday. I saw her aunt and her cousin out. They called her on video. Me and Anaya talked. Anaya was like, I miss you. I love you. I told her the same thing as well. I'm always going to be there for you, but I'm your mom. At this point, I can't be your friend. I would love for us to have a great friendship, but I'm your mom first, and my job is to protect you. She came with me Sunday, nails done, had a little day. We just talked everything else. Brought it back to the house. I said, hey, it's open. You call me. You call me, I'm calling you. I'm answering my text message, answering my phone. Everything was okay. Wednesday, she calls me at the school that she was at. They're not allowed to have their cell phones there. So she called me Wednesday, hey, are you going into the office today? And I said, yeah, my days are Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, well, they took my phone. I don't have my phone. I can't get it back or whatever. I said, okay. So I went to work those Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, y'all, I get up, go all the way out to Lawrenceville to go get her phone for her. They call her, they tell her on the radio, on the speaker, hey, it's not early dismissal, just come to the office. So she comes in there, she just like looking me up and down. I said, hey, good morning, what's wrong with you? Just looking, I said, I came to get your phone for you so you can at least have it over the weekend. Oh, okay. And it's just like, I don't know what the combativeness is. I don't know what it is. When she's with me 1 minute, everything is fine. We can talk. When she go back, just cut off. I brought my cousins. My cousins adore her. She has an 8-year-old cousin and a 4-year-old cousin. One weekend was supposed to be my weekend. I'm not going to sit up here and just grab you from your job and do all that stuff. So I brought the cousins. They've been wanting to see her. Brought them up. She wouldn't even speak to them. Now, what has a 4 and 8-year-old done to you, Anaya? Those kids love you. When she was coming over here, she told me to come pick me up from work, so I want to go see them. She come to see them, and they talk and they play around and everything. So I don't know what the disconnect is. But if this counselor is sitting up here saying that there's something, that nothing's going on, that's ridiculous. I have stuff even before. And yes, they said they'll put her on some medicine or something, but even before that, when she had grief counseling, I put her in before all that stuff started happening. And she was also at Chris Kids. They talked to Anaya. Anaya liked the counseling sessions that she had. She had a therapist and she had a clinician.
I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, Miss McCullum. Miss Marshall, give me a call. All right, thank you. Go ahead, Miss McCullum.
When he says the part about, oh, she's better over there and she's not running away, it's the fact that you're allowing her to do any and everything. That first weekend when I got back, we chilled and everything. That's the weekend that we did the photo shoot. And that Sunday, she asked to go with her friends to the movies. And I took her there and allowed her. Picked her up. Mr. Lovejoy playing games again. She told him, because the movie theater she works at is right down the street. She called him. He said he was going to pick her up. I come back home. When it's time, she calls me, Mom, can you come pick me up because my dad said he's not coming. I mean, Casey, you stay 3 minutes from there, if that the max. Like, come on. So she called me. The guy who she was dating at the time, he wanted to formally meet me. I spoke to him and saw him on FaceTime. We go out to eat. The cousin is there too. Mind you, they're just talking, and I'm just sitting back so I can just take in everything. They're telling incidents when they're hanging out, going to parties, staying out till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, drinking. And this is literally, I'm sitting here, his cousin Anaya is in front of me, and I'm just looking at her. I'm like, baby girl. After I didn't say anything while we sitting there, I'm just giving her the eye. But when we get in the car, I'm like, Naya, come on. But they're telling me plenty of incidents when they're just out having fun. So of course you're not running away. You have free range to do what you want to do. So why run away? Why try to leave the situation when you can pretty much come and go as you choose to? And so that's a problem.
She was talking about coming home at 2 a.m., drinking and stuff like that.
But hanging out at, I think it was, I can't remember, it was Waffle House or IHOP, but they were mentioning that hanging out and they were at a party and how she was drunk at Waffle House or IHOP at 2 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I knew it wasn't the same instance that she was like, such party. And he's like, no, the other party. So you get to hang and do what you want to do. So, and for Mr. Lovejoy, that's, ma'am, it feels like he's just a bitter, jilted ex, and you're allowing your daughter to do anything. Because a parent, but a dad would allow their child to just come and go as they choose to. That's ridiculous. I then saw a video somebody sent me, one of her friends. You let her go to school with pink and black hair, pink and black eyelashes, looking like a Nicki Minaj Pink Friday album cover. Lashes all the way here. Your Honor, it's just ridiculous. And then to come to find out that the last tech comes to your house. So it's not that you brought her there that time, took her there. The young lady came to your house. You allowed this lady to walk out your front door with your daughter having pink and black eyelashes.
What? Who came to her house?
The last tech. And did her eyelashes, her last tech. So Miss Lovejoy allowed her to have pink and black eyelashes. The lashes, black right here, bright pink and black again. To school, like I just don't get it. It's like she can do any and everything and he's just allowing her
to. What's your response to that, Mr. Lovejoy? Like,
okay,
is she going to parties? Is she staying out late? Are you okay with her drinking?
No, ma'am. She is not going to no parties. I can count on 5 hands that Anaya have been out. I can't even count on 5 fingers that Anaya have been out. Anaya does not go to no parties. Anaya, like I say, Your Honor, her mother go play victim because it's all about money. Want me to tell you how it's all about money about her mother?
No, I want you to respond to your position is that Anaya does not go out. So when I ask Anaya, she's not going to tell me she went to any parties.
Ma'am, she will tell you. She do not. I don't play that. She's not finna go to no parties. That's my daughter.
No parties. And what about her with the dressing, with the eyebrows, eyelashes? What about that?
Ma'am, Halima took her to get her eyelashes with the pink on there. Halima took her. For her birthday. For her birthday, you took her. You took her for her birthday, Halima.
She didn't have pink for her, Casey.
Can I talk, Your Honor, please?
So did Anaya tell you her mom got her the pink?
Ma'am, her mother took her. Ma'am, her mother took her to the photo shoot. That's not what
I asked you. I asked you, did Anaya tell you that her mom?
Yes, she took her. She took her.
Because you thought her mom gave her the pink eyelashes, you were okay with it?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with it, ma'am. It's for a photo shoot. It's for her photo shoot. It's for a photo shoot. It's not like she.
Did you see
Halima.
Of the photo shoot?
Your Honor, can I?
The mink lashes.
No, because Mr. Lovejoy, you're changing the subject, and I don't like that. I'd like to stay with one concept so I can get it. So the first concept that I'm going to deal with is the party. You're saying there is no party.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, I don't tolerate no party. My daughter.
So you don't tolerate pottery and drinking?
No drinking, no nothing.
No drinking. Okay.
No drinking, no nothing.
All right. And you're saying that the eyelashes you tolerate because why? You're okay with
it was for her photo shoot.
For her photo.
So yes, ma'am. It was for her photo shoot.
The photo shoot with mom?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you seen the pictures from the photo shoot?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I got a couple of them in my phone. Well, I just had got another phone yesterday, so I got a couple of them in my phone.
The photo shoot. In the photo shoot pictures that you have, are her eyelashes pink?
No, they pink and black. It's like a little strip of pink. It's not like they all pink, and it's like it was for a photo shoot. So,
Mr. Lovejoy, my question was the photos that you have for the photo shoot mom sent her to. Do you have pictures?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I think I have.
Of the pictures that you have, does she have pink eyelashes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please produce that. And ma'am, I just want to say
I'm sorry, I'm talking to him right now. And with regard to picking her up on mom's weekend, why do you pick her up on mom's weekend instead of letting mom pick her up from her job?
Ma'am, because my daughter called me hysterical. She calls me. She say, Daddy, that's why I say, ma'am, if I could send you the messages, you will hear how now you're saying, Daddy, I don't feel comfortable going with her.
All right. She doesn't feel comfortable. Do you know why?
I doesn't know why, but I doesn't know why, but it's an ongoing thing with her and her mother.
What is it, Mr. Lovejoy, that what makes her not want to go with her mother?
She shows up to her job unannounced. I mean, that's just what Naya tell. That's what my daughter tell me. And my daughter tell me she
so her
shows up
mom shows up to the job unannounced.
Unannounced, yes.
But you can show up, and she's okay.
I mean, I show up when she called me. When it's time to pick her up, it's time to pick her up. And I say Naya.
Where does your daughter want Miss McCullum to pick her up when she's working? From your house?
She usually pick up from her job because my daughter usually have her clothes with her. But the days when my daughter don't have her clothes, her mother come up there and pick up her clothes before it's time for her to get off.
Mr. Lovejoy,
so,
what's the unannounced? I'm trying to figure out what causes the issue. Are you saying she's coming on weekends that she's not supposed to have her?
I mean, she's coming. She's not coming. She's not coming when she's supposed to. When she do come, she come like 11 o'clock at night. So
what time is she supposed to come?
She's supposed to pick up on Friday after school. Now you get out of school at 2 o'clock. So, ma'am, now you get out of school at 2 o'clock. Now you got to be at work at 5. So every day I take her to work. And I feel like if it's 2 o'clock, her mother's supposed to come and get her and take her to work because she got to be at work at 5. But I've been doing it ever since you put it in order for her to get her. And then
so I need to change the order to what? To allow mom to pick her up from after work.
She can pick her up from work at 11 o'clock.
But didn't you just say Anaya doesn't want her to pick her up at work at 11 o'clock?
I mean, ma'am, yes. Sometimes she pick her up, sometimes she don't. This only happened like once that she picked her up at 11 o'clock from her job.
So that incident was only once.
Yeah, that was only once.
Okay.
So it'd be like it's like back and forth, and it's like sometimes Halima she'll come to my house and park outside and sit outside. Like one incident when she said she pulled up in the officer. I went and talked to the officer that work out there on campus on the not on campus but at the movie theater. It's an officer that be on duty at all times. So I went out there and talked to him, and I specifically explained what was going on. So he was like,
why were you explaining to an officer that Miss McCullum was waiting for her daughter? Was her daughter weekend?
Yes, that was her daughter weekend. But my daughter, like I said, my daughter called me. She called me. She like, Daddy, my mom out here. So I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? She was like, Dad, I don't want to go with her. I'm like, why you don't want to go? She said, Daddy, because I just don't want to go because how she come to my job and how she do this and how she do that. And then she said,
comes to my job. So Naya doesn't want her to pick her up from the job.
I mean, ma'am, I guess not. I mean, I don't.
Lovejoy, listen to me,
ma'am. I don't.
No, I gotta, because now you're throwing a lot of stuff at me, and I don't like it when it's not making sense. First of all, you told me mom only came to Anaya to get Anaya once.
Right.
Now you're telling me Anaya is telling you I don't want to go because she keeps coming to my job. So which is it?
She keep coming to her job being aggressive.
So she's been to her job more than once.
Yes.
So the incident you're telling me occurred more than once because you just said it only happened once.
Yes. No,
but it happened more than once.
Yeah, she done been to her job more than once.
Okay.
But it's just like she told her daughter that she gonna make her lose her job and make her do this.
Man, sir, I'm trying to figure out one thing at a time. Anaya does want her to come to her job to pick her up or doesn't?
She does. She doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't want her to come to her job.
She prefers to pick her up from the house.
I guess so. Yes, ma'am.
So
yes,
you're going to pick her up at night, bring her home, and let Miss McCullum grab her from your house.
I mean, I can do that. I can.
Okay. So for some reason, she doesn't mind you picking her up from the job, but she doesn't want Miss McCullum to pick her up from the job.
Yes, ma'am. I guess yes, ma'am.
Because when Miss McCullum gets there, what does Miss McCullum do? Is she yelling, screaming? What is she doing that causes Anaya stress?
Man, I mean, ma'am, when I get there, now y'all already done called me, so I don't know what's going on before I get there. So Your Honor, I mean, I'm not trying to be smart. You probably just need to just talk to Anaya because when I
need you. You're doing the very thing that caused me some concern, which is that you don't try to figure out what's going on. It's like you relving in the idea that something between them is happening, and you are pretending as if you don't have anything to do with it. But
I
you,
mean,
Mr.
go
Lovejoy,
ahead, go ahead,
do
go ahead.
have something to do with it because you are the parent that the child is living with, and you're the parent that's backing up the needs and wants of the child. So you gotta understand what's going on, and you don't. Every single time we talk about, I ask you why she ran away. I don't know. Did you ask? Mm-mm. Why she doesn't like her mom? Do you know? No. Did you ask? Mm-mm. Why? No, you do that all the time though. Why is she acting this way? I don't know. Did you ask? Mm-mm. You keep pretending like you don't need to know what's going on between your daughter and her mother. And to be a co-parent, Mr. Lovejoy, you're supposed to encourage relationships. You're supposed to help them. You're supposed to help them along. You can't put your hand up and go, well, as long as mine is fine, I don't really care what's going on with her and Anaya, because Anaya ultimately needs her mother. She may not need her at 17 because she's in her defiant years, but at some point, a young lady is going to need her mom. And you got to encourage that relationship before it's fractured to the point, well, it takes too much to repair. So I'm not asking you to do anything special. I'm not asking you to do anything beyond other than why. You don't even ask the question why. Why does her, what is Miss McCullum doing when she's going to pick her up? Is she getting out the car? Is she running, going to her boss and talking to her? What is she doing?
Yes, that's what she's doing right there. Going to her boss, talking to her bosses, and getting the
But you
phone
just
numbers.
said you didn't know 5 minutes ago. You had no clue.
See, Yana, that's why I say Yana. She's 7. I mean, Yana, I'm just doing the best I can do with my daughter, provide and do what I'm supposed to do as a man. I said, Yana, mom got to step up to the plate. She's not stepping up to the plate because she's not taking
Tell
care
me
of her
why mom is not
responsibility.
stepping up to the plate. What should mom be doing?
Providing for her child.
Providing how?
Providing. She's not providing nothing. I mean,
I know.
she
What do
not
you want her to provide to step up to the plate? What does she provide?
clothes, food, and all that accessories. Like for instance, Yana, she's
So
she
right
still
now, Miss McCullum is not paying child support, and you
she's not
want
doing nothing. She
and
she
you,
still.
Mr. Lovejoy.
Yes, ma'am.
How would Anaya know what her mom is not doing to the extent that she doesn't want to hang with her mom? Are you telling her that?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay,
No,
so
ma'am.
then that is not affecting Anaya because Anaya
No,
doesn't know that. I
no,
want to know
ma'am.
what's affecting Anaya that you are aware of.
Okay, Yana, you have to talk to Anaya, Yana. I mean, we
Have you
talking.
spoken to Anaya?
Have I spoken to Anaya?
Yes.
I mean, she fine. She okay. She
No,
okay.
have you spoken to Anaya about her relationship with her mom?
Yes,
And I'm
ma'am.
asking you to tell me, but you keep telling me all this stuff. In other
Ma'am,
words, Mr. Lovejoy, you have generalized so much. There's nothing on my notes. You haven't given me one specific incident of something that's happening so that I can try to fix it. But I can't fix it because you're general. What is Anaya saying? What is specifically Miss McCullum's doing?
ma'am, now you just tell me she don't want to. Like when I try to talk to Anaya about it, now you say, well, Daddy, you got to let me and my mama fix that. She said, because my mama know what she did to me. My mama know what she did. So I said, well, now y'all need to sit down and talk because
But you
I
don't
don't know
know what
what's
mom
going
did.
on.
So you don't know.
No, I don't know.
And you haven't tried to find out.
I mean, I sat down and spoke to Naya plenty of times. Naya, she'll speak to me about some stuff, but it's some stuff that she don't want to speak about. So I say, well, Naya, you got to tell me if I know when I talk to the judge.
Mr. Lovejoy.
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot allow you to be her physical parent if you cannot do the number one thing, which is encourage the relationship. See, you got to look at the statute. I have to do things by the statute, okay? In order for you to keep Anaya, you have to encourage her relationship with her mother. If you don't, I cannot give you Anaya. That's the reason why we're having this status conference.
But man, I tell her, I say, now you need to speak to your mom. I got, like I said, young, if I can send you the messages, I tell Anaya, I'm not telling, no, don't talk to your mother, no, don't do that. baby girl, talk to your mother. Talk to your mother. Well, daddy, you can't, dad, I don't want to talk to her. Now you talk to your mother. I got the messages in I got text messages. Now you need to call your mother. She calling me. I said, you
Okay,
need to call your
so
mother and
here's what
talk
we're
to your
gonna
mother.
do. I'm gonna try it one more time before I make a final decision. But I'm just telling you, it's very difficult for me to assign a relationship to change to do a custody where I have a parent who's not encouraging a relationship.
Man,
And
okay.
you can't, and if you don't even know why, you guys came in September, it's December, and you can't give me one clue what's wrong with them. Like one incident, one circumstance, one situation. The only thing you know is Anaya says, I don't want to go with my mom. And that's sufficient for you. And that's not sufficient for the court. It's not. So I'll schedule an appointment to talk with Anaya. So maybe I can figure it out. But for right now, we're going to do visitation. Let me try to change this visitation up so that Miss McCullum, you're picking Anaya up from the house instead of her job, which to me seems odd. It seems like she would prefer to be picked up from there and just keep going. And then that prevents Mr. Lovejoy from having to leave the house and pick her up and come
Yes,
back.
ma'am.
I don't know why that is, but
Yeah,
whatever it is, to
or
prevent there from being any concerns, I'll just let her pick up. You can just pick her up from her job, bring her home, and then you can pick her up from there. What time does she get off?
I'm supposed to be 11.
All right. So let's say by what time do you think? Maybe 11:30. That's on Friday nights, right?
Correct.
Do you want to do 11:30 on Fridays from his home?
I can.
All right, 11:30 Fridays from his home. We'll change that. And return father's home at 7.
And Yana, can I ask you just one question about the pickup?
Yes.
Okay, so if she doesn't come outside, Mr. Lovejoy tells me once again that she doesn't want to come and he's going to call the police. At that time, because a sheriff told me that for DeKalb County, but I'm still trying to be cordial and neutral about the situation. But I was told the last 2 times I was trying to get her that he's not um abiding by your ruling so that I can take a contempt of court out. I was going to do that, but I'm thinking about me and Anaya. So this time, if I go pick her up and he calls Gwinnett County and tell them that that she doesn't feel comfortable because Gwinnett County just says, oh, we can't pull her out the house. And I'm not going to force them to do that. So at that point,
The
do I
only
have
thing you can do if she doesn't come out is that you can make a police report. And you just make the police report. The police report is not to drag her out of the house. It's
mm-hmm.
to make a record. So when you come back before me, you can say, I was there, I was on time, Anaya did not come out.
Okay.
And then the question becomes, what did Mr. Lovejoy do to get her out of the house? And then we'll deal with that. But I will speak with Anaya to try to get an understanding of what it is that Anaya is trying to create or what the circumstances might be and see what we can do to try to encourage your relationship. Like she said, she's 17 years old. I don't know exactly what's happened. Mr. Lovejoy has indicated he's taken her to therapy, and the therapist is he has he doesn't even understand apparently that something is wrong. So I don't know. So I'll talk with Anaya and try to understand what was she running away from. So apparently there must be something, but no one has been able to figure it out. So I'll talk with her and try to figure out what it is that she's concerned about. And we'll go from there. So Miss Marshall will give you all a date. It'll be an in-person date, obviously, because I would like for her to come in court. I'll try to do it in like a morning interview so that it won't take away from school for too much of the day. Or we might do it in what time does she normally get out of school?
She get home at two, Yana.
Okay,
she
so I'll
walked through
try
the
to do
door.
the appointment like at 4, like at the end of the day. That way she won't miss school.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So it'll be at the top of the year. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Yana. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day. Y'all take care. Okay. So on Lovejoy versus McCollum, this case, I think we pretty much have done everything in the case. I had an opportunity to speak with the daughter, and to try to determine what's the best circumstances for her. I don't think anybody is, unless there's some circumstances that change. Her position was, I'm sorry, 1 second. I had an opportunity to speak with her, and her position is that she wishes to reside with her father. And so I think we put, in this case, a temporary order in place, allowing that with some visitation and try to see how that was going to go. Because I think there was some issues of her running away, and I think Dad's position was she does not have that same, that does not take that same disposition when he's in his household. I spoke with her. She seems very adamant about the position to stay with Dad. And I think her, which is kind of a little odd, but I guess it is what it is. She feels Miss McCollum has stolen from her, and some money that she had maybe was expecting to get back, or some money that was supposed to go to her. I'm not really sure, but that whatever that situation is with the money, I was taken aback that it really kind of shapes her thoughts. It's a really odd thing, for something like that to almost kill a relationship, because it's just money, and your parents are taking care of you. But whatever happened to that money, I'm not sure exactly what happened. It really makes a significant difference to her, and she wants an apology, regarding that money. She wants that money returned. And it felt like unless she got that, an apology in the return of the money, she was kind of steadfast in her position. So I don't know if I mentioned that to you after the interview or not with her. And I told her that for the most part, what we said, we're going to be private. And I meant that. But there are just a few things that I'll mention to you because I think it's important in redeveloping the relationship. And every children are different. They look at things very differently. But I also say this to you, Mr. Lovejoy, since you're going to be raising her primarily. Money should not move people to that extent. It just shouldn't. But for some reason, for her, it is. It just has made the whole difference. I don't know why. It just seems odd to me. But you got to talk with her about that because that should not be the parameters that she uses in her life. But that is where we are now. And so, Ms. McCollum, so that you'll know, that is kind of what her position is. She wants an apology. She wants this money returned. And she's kind of holding that hostage to the relationship.
Yeah, and may I speak if I can, just on that part?
Yes.
That was a consequence that I had done after the second time of running away, the getting high at school, almost getting felonies. I had bought her a new iPhone. I bought her a designer bag to go back to school with. That third time that she ran away, me and Mr. Lovejoy both went to her job trying to stop the check or whatever so we can be able to get in contact with her. So I had them to try to stop the check. It didn't hit her. It was her money. I think it was $600 and something. Was on the run for 2 weeks. She was spending and doing that. When I got her back with the phone and her card, I took it. I gave her the money back and more. Maybe mid-February, I called her, blew her phone up. She finally answered me. And I told her, hey, if you feel that my consequences, my choice of consequences because of your actions were too much, I'm sorry, but I didn't know whichever way to save you. I did counseling, friends and family on both sides. I don't know. But that money had been returned and more. And I explained that to Anaya as well as Mr. Lovejoy. The money part about her holding on and stealing, Mr. Lovejoy, I have text messages. Mr. Lovejoy kind of put that in her head. He texted me numerous occasions saying, you stole. And I'm telling him, Casey, that was a consequence. Yes, she ran and did this and that. I paid for an iPhone. The brand new, her phone was more than what mine was, not a trade-in. So it was just, you want to do this? I'm going to hold this for you. Everything else I've tried to do is not working. But Your Honor, that money was paid back to her, a full $800 in the cash app months ago, almost a year ago.
I'm not sure. And that might be, I'm just telling you that her position is that it hasn't been, but more importantly than that, this is the larger point. She wants you to apologize for it. And she said, not just a regular apology, like a real apology, acknowledging that you stole the money. I just thought it was, like I said, it was kind of an odd position for, I was really taken aback that she would kind of want that. But I guess the reason I'm taken aback by it was that because most kids generally don't expect like apologies from parents, I guess, and she did. And that was kind of the holdup. So I feel like before you move forward, that's what she wants, to the extent that so you'll be mindful as you move forward with the relationship that is a very important point to her. Um, and but your position is what your position is. If you didn't steal the money, you were using it as a consequence, and you kind of need to explain that to her. Um, but I need both of you on board, Mr. Lovejoy. Um, my criticism, Mr. Lovejoy, to the extent that the court has criticized parenting, is that I've always told Mr. Lovejoy that you have to parent, and that means that you help your child understand various things about parenting and motherhood and all those things. But you're being hands off is not parenting. Like, well, if they have a relationship, they have one. My hands are off. That's not a part of the parenting process. She's going to need her mother. And if you alienate or allow her to alienate her mother, it's going to come back on you. Because I can tell you, after I spoke with her, you will not be far from it. You will find yourself in those clutches too. Because, we have some kids who are very kind of opinionated and very strong willed like she is. You're going to find yourself in that position too. So you guys got to merge together to be able to raise a child who is strong-minded. Um, and so that means letting her know that Ms. McCullum is her mother, and the amount of respect she has to have for her mother has to remain there. Otherwise, I'm telling you the best I can. You cannot be hands off. You have to direct her, even though you might think, oh, the way I look at the situation is Miss McCullum, took the money and never gave it back. But you got to help them in their relationship. Otherwise, like I said, at some point, when generally when they get older and they're able to process things, and this is essentially what I told Anaya, I said to her, and I want you to remember this, because my grandmother said all the time, live a little, live a little. Those things you cannot understand now, your experiences will teach you later, And so right now you might feel one way about your mother, and then until you are a mother and have to make those same decisions. And sometimes you get an opportunity to make amends, and sometimes you don't. So, don't be so quick to judge. In any event, I want you, Mr. Lovejoy, to have some hands-on with regard to directing your daughter to develop a better relationship with her mother, even though you may not agree with every single decision Ms. McCullough makes. Allow her to love her mother, you know. But you got so much animosity until it's gonna spill over. It's gonna spill over. I guess I'm in a position wherein, quite frankly, I don't think that Mr. Lovejoy, if I had to look at co-parenting, I would not choose Mr. Lovejoy. I don't think he has co-parenting skills at all. I just don't. But she's 17 and she has made her decision as to where she wants to go. And she's very strong-willed about it. So she has her reasons or rationales. She can articulate them. I did not find it to be something that was being pushed by Mr. Lovejoy. Of course, I'm not a psychiatrist. But I, spent time talking with her so I could understand how she feels and why she feels that way, so that I can make decisions that I think are beneficial to her. So I didn't necessarily believe, or I didn't see anything that suggested Mr. Lovejoy is pushing her. the only thing that I've always said, and I'm articulating it now, is that I think Mr. Lovejoy is just hands off. He's like, he's not trying to direct the relationship. Mr. Lovejoy, I know, might feel like he's not, but you are. You are hands off. You are not, you're not facilitating that relationship. I just hope that you have a change of heart and try to start facilitating that relationship between the two of them. So initially on September 7th, I put into place that it was on a temporary basis that the child would live with father, mother would have those weekend visits. I know they had some rough start to those weekend visits. How are they now?
They're not, Your Honor. I uploaded a video. Mr. Lovejoy sent something to Mrs. Marshall, editing the video. But I sent the last video I went to on the 2nd, knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. The female that he is with now, as I'm leaving out, walking down the steps, comes out and says, get off my property right now before I call the police. And I'm like, I'm here for the judge's order. I have numerous videos. That was the last video. And I said, I'm just not going to go back over there until we come back to court with this. And I just want to I uploaded her school stuff. I can't talk to Mr. Lovejoy, so I just want to talk to him to hear. Casey, I sent her grades. Some are okay, and a lot of them are not. She's in 11th grade. And one thing I did not play about was her school, and everything was set up so that 12th grade, she would get out early. If you look at those grades, the counselor put the grades together.
What are her grades?
Oh, she has a 96, and then it just goes down from there. And I just uploaded to Miss Marshall so that you guys can both all see it on there. They're not good. She has a lot of missing classes, school, and me and Mr. Lovejoy have co-parents together before. We have speaking gracefully to each other and also just only speaking about Anaya. So it's not like that we can't do it. We have done it before. This is my only child. This is his only child. And it's her pivotal moments. I want to be in her life. And I've tried, but it's not even just me, it's my whole family. I have a big family too. She doesn't speak. My grandma, my mom, she's her only grandchild. Anaya doesn't answer or talk to anybody. Everybody didn't do anything to her. Cousins just graduated college. She missed dad, high school, all type of stuff. And it's just, it's more to it than just the relationship between me and her. And I'm begging Casey, like, you know how I am about Anaya. We always had a close relationship. But something needs to happen. I miss my child. This is what's going on 2 years. Seeing her 1 minute did not, then seeing her did not. Like, this is a lot. And Your Honor, we have co-parent for years, great together. He cannot contest to that. And I just want him, like you said, have the same grace. I did the same for him. With her and him, multiple times fell out with each other. He called me. I called both of them. Hey, y'all work this out. So I'm asking Casey to do the same thing for me.
And Mr. Lovejoy, what's your intent and plan on?
Okay, Your Honor, Miss McCallum, she had 2 years to fix her relationship with her daughter. And I tell Naya, I say, Naya, call your mama, talk to your mother. And then Halima always do something to destroy that. They'll go out there and talk. They'll go out there and talk, and she always do something to destroy it. Like go to her job and try to get her fired from her job. Anaya, I have plenty of messages from Anaya saying what you're doing to her.
Naya, Casey,
no, hold on. I gave you your time to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you your time to talk. And another thing, when you dropped her off at Peachford,
mm-hmm.
you sent me a message to pick her up. See, Halima, your whole plan was about your whole no.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lovejoy.
But the thing is that y'all have to sit down and talk about that. I have done that. I have told Naya to call you, and then you want to say your family. Halima, your family don't call Anaya. I have Anaya phone. I have Anaya phone. Halima, your family does not call her. They don't call me or ask me how she's doing. That's just like you. You haven't done nothing for Anaya in 2 years. You haven't done nothing. You haven't. You haven't done nothing. You haven't brought her clothes. You haven't bought her nothing.
This school year, Casey, I took her school
I'm sorry,
shopping.
one second. Miss McCollum.
Be quiet. The 800 you sent, that was money that you did steal from her, because now, Halima, you had her card when she was working. She was working at Burger King, and she was working across the street at the wing place. Halima, hold on. Halima, you took her money. Then you want to return her money when she call you and ask you about the money. This months after she had worked and got this job and got this check. You didn't return her money until a year later. That was her money. You didn't go in her job and work with her.
Your Honor, can I upload the information right now?
No, Ms. McCollum, hold on for a second.
You didn't. But then you want to say, oh, you a mother that you do this and you do that. Halima, you haven't done nothing. The last 2 years, you haven't sent no child support. You haven't done none of this.
Your Honor, that's what
you don't supply no roof over. Hold on. You don't supply no roof over her head. You don't put no food in her mouth. You don't even pay medical insurance. She on my insurance. You don't pay none of that. Send the facts in. Because I got all that from my job. You don't do nothing. Halima, you don't do nothing. You don't do nothing. And Anaya know that. She's know that. She see what you did. Then they just like, okay, right here on this receipt right here. It's a custody letter. Y'all, they stopped taking child support out my check on 11/14/22. I had Anaya, wait. Oh, I got no. I had Anaya on 8/15/22. So why are you still receiving child support after the fact that Anaya is with me? And another thing, I have another paper.
You were behind.
Mr. McCollum, Miss McCollum.
I have another paper right here, Your Honor. Well, Halima is receiving food stamps and Anaya does not even stay with her.
No, I don't. Okay.
Halima, I got it right here. I have the paper right here. I have the paper right here. I have it because you went up to the school.
Miss McCollum, if you interrupt him one more time, I'm gonna close this hearing.
I'm sorry.
She went to the school and tried to fill out a lunch form because she wanted to take Miss Sophia off the paper. She wanted to be smart and take Sophia off this paper. Now you've been with me. I got this say, dear parent, just because of Anaya go to school out here and live with me at my house. It say, dear parents, dear parents, the guardian of Anaya Lovejoy. We want to let you know that the children listed above will be receiving free lunch because of the parents receiving SNAP or TANF. Your Honor, I don't get no food. We don't get no EBT, no food stamps in my house. I don't get she not on no Medicaid because I got insurance from my job for Anaya. So everything what Halima was doing was all about money. That's just like when you dropped off at Peachford. What it was, me and Naya, we wasn't even talking, Your Honor. Me and Naya, like she said, me and Naya, we was going through it. So guess what? When Halima texted me and told me to go pick up Anaya, I went and picked up Anaya. So it wasn't what it was. It was about the money. And that's all that Halima is about. Because if you wasn't about the money, guess what?
Mr. Lovejoy, how was putting her in Peachford about the money? Can you explain that?
Okay, because she'll be getting a check for Anaya, along with the child support too.
What check?
For the medicine that Anaya supposed to be taking. It was like some medicine.
Then you put her in Peachford for a check?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. Because if she would have been diagnosed for all this medicine that Halima referred her to do or to take, she would have been getting a check. And then, hold on, y'all. And then Anaya supposed to be going to military school. Anaya friend goes to military school and she is getting paid. Her mother is getting paid for the military school. So guess what? She wanted to send her to military school. So by me going to get Anaya, I messed up all that. Like I said.
But that doesn't make any sense, Mr. Lovejoy. You said she wanted to keep Anaya in Peachford so she can get a check and send her to military school. So why would she tell you to go get her? Because that would be inconsistent with the plan. She would fight you. She would prevent you from going to get her, and she would fight you. So why would she make if that's her intent?
In my phone, I had messages from Halima saying that she going to live with you until she go to military school.
Okay, but if she wanted her to stay in Peachford so that she can get a check, why would she ask you to go get her?
I don't know, Yana. Like I said, like hold on, Yana. Like I said, Yana, we was me and Halima, we was arguing. Me and Naya, we wasn't on good terms. So guess what? She knew by me and her not arguing, by me and her arguing and Naya arguing, I wouldn't go get her. So guess what? That's what she would have did. and she
Yeah.
just would have sent off to military
I don't
school.
know what to do for your situation, but Mr. Lovejoy, you're not a good co-parent.
Ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am.
You're so full of you're so full of conspiracy theories that I there's no way you could parent. There isn't. I usually don't even have these situations with a 17-year-old. When a 17-year-old makes a decision,
Yes,
generally
ma'am.
I talk to the parent, make sure they're a decent parent to be able to do this job. But you scare me.
How?
Because
Can I
because your rationale, it doesn't make sense. It's off. It
Your Honor,
doesn't. The things that you say don't make any sense. They don't make a lot of sense to me. They're inconsistent. You'll say one thing and then it doesn't even make sense, which means that those things are generally filtering down to your daughter, and it worries me because I know that there is no way Miss McCullum or her family would be able to be in Anaya's life, because I don't see you cultivating that at all, because I think you think this is all about money.
Oh,
So
I mean,
let me ask you this.
yes, ma'am.
When did you and Miss McCullum separate?
Ooh, it's been years. Like,
What's the year?
I think it was 2016.
2016.
Yes,
From
ma'am.
2016, did you pay child support in 2016?
who, me?
Yes,
Yeah,
you.
yes, I paid child support.
Did you pay child support in 2017?
Yes. No, I
Did you
paid.
pay it in
Yeah.
2018? Did you pay it in 2018?
Ma'am, I don't know what year, but I just know I was on child support for 1 year.
Well, yeah.
Did you pay it in 2019?
Yes. I paid.
When you were paying child support, where did Anaya live?
She lived with her mother.
Did her mom take care of her?
Yes, I mean, she did. She took care of her.
Did she do what mother's supposed to do?
Yes.
Okay. Did she love Anaya?
Yeah, I know she did.
So one day she wakes up, taking care of Anaya for all these years, being a good mother, watching her matriculate through school, doing what good mothers do. One day she woke up and said, Peachford Hospital is the way I'm going to go.
Ma'am,
Answer the question, Mr. Lovejoy. Did one day she wake up and say,
no,
I'm
ma'am,
going to send my good daughter to Peachford because I want to get a Peachford check? That's what she did. One morning she woke up and that's what she was going to do. All of this time taking care of Naya, good mother, doing what mothers do. And one morning she decides Peachford is the way she's going to go. Correct?
Ma'am, it conspired of what the night was doing, how she was acting. So
right. So she sent Anaya to Peachford because Anaya was running away. Correct?
Right.
Okay. Do you think she made Anaya run away?
Okay, but she had to be
No,
running away.
Mr. Lovejoy, just answer the question.
Say it again, Yana.
Did she make Anaya run away? Like, hey, Anaya, I need you to run away from home.
No, she didn't.
Anaya ran away from home because Anaya wanted to run away from home, correct?
Maybe, but she had to be running away from. Yes,
Yeah, she ran away from something. She clearly ran away from something.
From something, though,
right.
Yana.
She ran away from something. And then when Miss McCullum was like, look, I've done all I can do. I don't know what else to give Anaya because of her behavior. She tells you to go pick Anaya up so that you can now help her with Anaya, right?
Right.
Is there something wrong with that?
No, I mean, to me, it's not, but it's just how the whole situation
just answer the question. Is there something wrong with that?
No, Your Honor. No, there's not nothing wrong with it.
So why are you angry that she called for your help?
I'm not angry. She called for Your Honor. Like she said in the first continuance that we had back in the day, she told you I was a good father.
Right.
Hold on. She said I was a good father.
She did.
Okay, so
no one questioned your fatherhood. No one even questioned her motherhood. You guys were both saying good things about each other. And then all of a sudden, Anaya starts running away. We don't know why, because she claims her things are going well with you at your household. She didn't tell me there was something wrong with your household. She didn't tell me there was something wrong with Miss McCullum's household. She started hanging with the wrong people, whatever. She started acting out. No one knew why, and she started running away. She could barely articulate why.
Okay.
So she runs away. Then Miss McCullum, ask for your help. You go pick Anaya up until I figure out what I can do to manage Anaya, is what she says. And that's what catapulted us here. I just don't understand how. This is what makes me worry. I don't understand how you have parents who were decently at least trying to work together. You were paying the child support as best you could. Okay. She wasn't strongholding you about it. She was doing the best she could with Anaya. There was an incident that happened. No one understood why she started behaving that way. She asked for your help. You go pick the child up. And now all of a sudden, everything Miss McCullum does is for about money. And it's about a position that doesn't make any sense. It's inconsistent because all the other times she was raising Anaya just fine. And all of a sudden she becomes this money hungry, rubbing evil, sinister mom. It doesn't make sense. And so what I'm saying to you is when she calls you for help, you should go, she thought enough of me to want me to help bring Anaya to a point where her behavior is change, is to change her behavior. So you step in to do that. And then along in that, for some reason, the mixture comes out that Miss McCullum is a bad mother. That doesn't make sense. And then you start pulling out all these things and you make theorizing. Oh, she must have tried to get child support. She tried to get food stamps. That must mean she's about listen, Mr. Lovejoy, Anaya is 17 years old.
I know.
The child support, if you guys are fighting over child support, let me just stop you. Because you guys will be fighting over child support for another 3 or 4 months. When does she turn 18?
October 2nd.
Y'all got 7 months. So let me just help you guys both out. If you're fighting over child support, it ain't worth it. It's 7 months. It ain't worth it. Let's kill the money. Let's kill the money for a moment. Because it's insignificant. It just is, it's insignificant. I'm dealing with relationships. So my question to you, Mr. Lovejoy, is, do you want your daughter to have a relationship with Miss McCullum, and why or why not? Be honest.
Ma'am, yeah, I want them to have a relationship. But if I sit here and tell Anaya, call your mother, I can show text messages in my phone. Now you call your mother. Have anybody reached out to you? Daddy, don't nobody call me. Daddy, don't nobody call me. So then I say, Naya, call your mother. Daddy, why you keep trying to push something that I don't want to happen?
Right.
I said, well, I can only tell you. That's all I can do.
Right.
I mean, I got plenty of messages in my phone that I'm telling Anaya, call your mother. Have your grandma called you? Have anybody called? Now you say, well, Daddy, don't nobody reach out to me. She said, don't know. She said, my uncle.
Mr. Lovejoy, I want you to pause right there. This is the same girl. This is the same girl who said, Mom, Dad, no one reaches out to me. And Miss McCullum brings her cousins over to see her. And Anaya is outraged.
Anaya, yes, ma'am. Outraged. Halima brought her niece and nephew to her job. So I said, well, Naya, what you do? She said, my dad, I don't want to see them. Why did she bring them? I said, Naya, that's your family. I said, Naya, that's your family.
What I'm trying to tell you is, Mr. Lovejoy, think about it.
I'm thinking, ma'am, I've been on it. I've been talking to you.
What is causing your daughter to not want to have a relationship with her mother? It doesn't keep you up late at night and you can't figure out why. Something happened.
No, you're right, Your Honor, but something happened between them. Like Anaya said, her and her mother had to fix it. I said, Naya, well, what's going on? I talked to her. I talked to Naya about all this. Naya, if Naya was right here right now, she would tell you, Daddy, that's me, that's between me and my mama.
Right, and that's what you do. And that's my problem. Is that she's very clear.
She said, Daddy, if me and you can sit down and talk about our problem, me and my mama can. So, Daddy, you gotta let me and my mama handle that. I'm the child. She the adult. She need to think about what she did.
Right. That's what. There we go, Mr. Lovejoy. I'm glad you mentioned that.
That's what Naya's saying. That's what she need to do. But in 2 years, if you have,
I'm glad.
In 2 years, if you haven't done that in 2 years, like, come on.
Yes, I'm glad.
What do I supposed to do? I can't put no belt on her and make her go out there and talk to her mother.
What does Anaya want from her mother?
Just to apologize.
Say it again.
Just to apologize, but
okay.
I don't know.
You know that's what Anaya wanted from her mother.
Yeah, but Halima apologized to her.
Mr. Lovejoy, my question is, Mr. Lovejoy, did you know that's what Anaya wanted from her mother?
Yeah, she told me that.
Did you tell Miss McCullum that?
No.
So for 2 years, let me tell you, so you can make sure you understand. Now, this is the information I got from her sitting down with me for 10 minutes. For 2 years, she's been harboring the idea that she wanted an apology from her mother, but no one told her mother. She didn't know.
Anaya have told her mother. Anaya have told her
She
mother.
did not tell her mother that. I spoke with Anaya.
Okay, y'all.
I spoke with her, and she did not say she told her mother that. Now, I don't know if she did, because I'm trying to figure out what is harboring her, what is causing you raise your child, there's no issues, all of a sudden she gets angry over some money, and for 2 years and 3 years you haven't spoken to your daughter, like you haven't had a real relationship. What is causing that? And so my concern, as I mentioned it to you, Mr. Lovejoy, was you didn't seem to care to figure it out. It was like your position was that's their relationship. And the only thing I'll do is say, call your mother. But as far as facilitating that, I'm not going to participate in that. That's the vibe I got from you. When I spoke with Anaya on it, her position was that she was angry about this money, that she felt like her mother is the adult, and that her mother should apologize for stealing the money. And I even asked her, like, did she steal the money? She thinks she did. And I asked her whether she had gotten it back. At the time, she told me no, she had not gotten the money back. That she said her mother, she had worked hard for this money. She had gotten a job. She had worked hard for this money, and she wanted it back. I couldn't remember what it was. I knew it was a few $100s at least that she wanted back. My only concern is that if you know that there is something that you can help facilitate their relationship with, help them. Because you're a good facilitator, because you're in the middle of them. Help them. Don't hide the information from her. How is she going to apologize to the extent that that's what she wishes to do if she doesn't know that's what Anaya wants? And then you say no one's reaching out to you, Anaya. I don't know what these people are talking about. Yet I have to deal. Well, I tell you what am I doing here? Because Miss McCullum keeps coming to the court and asking for help. And then you'll tell Anaya something like, well, nobody obviously cares. Nobody's calling you. Well, why are we in court? What do you think Miss McCullum is here trying to do? Is this a game? You think Miss McCullum wants to come to court, beg and cry on the Zoom that's recording on YouTube for the world to see, but in actuality, she doesn't want Anaya?
Yes. That's how I feel.
That's what I thought you thought.
That's how I feel.
That's a problem, because you think Miss McCullum does not want Anaya.
Your Honor, it been 2 years. That just like I said, me and Anaya, we was arguing, we was beefing, we was doing this. And when her mother called me and told me to go and get her, I went and got her. Because I'm gonna put all my whatever we had going on aside to help my child. And that's just like from day one, I've been helping. From day one, I ain't been no.
And Miss McCullum, your position is she doesn't want the same.
I understand. She don't have to have the same, but you have to fix it with your daughter. I can only tell her, night, baby girl, talk to your mama. I said, talk to your mama. You got your mama number. She said, no, you can talk to her anytime you want. Now you got your own phone.
How would Anaya talk to a woman who she believes doesn't want her?
I haven't never told Anaya that. I ain't never sat here and said, girl, your mama don't want you.
Now that I think about it, I don't know if that's the case, because Amaya specifically told me that she questions whether her mother loves her. And which is really odd that you're saying that now, because that is what she told me. And I said, Anaya, that seems odd. You've been with her all your life. She was a good mother. All of a sudden, some money was stolen, and now you don't know if your mother loves you? Where is that coming from?
I don't know.
But now I see where it's coming from. I'm going to hold on to this case for a little bit longer. I'm gonna try something else instead of finalizing this, because I really, it's a very odd position, but I can't trust you, Mr. Lovejoy, in this relationship. I don't. It's not about you trusting you being a good father, i.e. taking care of her, loving her, but I do question what you might be telling Anaya, because as I sit here and listen to the things she told me, I do now wonder, because she didn't appear that Mr. Lovejoy was influencing her. But now that I'm hearing the things that are being said, that you're saying that didn't make sense when she was saying them, now I know why they don't make sense. Like, why would she question her mom's love for her? She literally doesn't know if her mom loves her. Wait, where would she get that from?
I say, she's 17. She's not.
But you also think her mother doesn't love her.
I don't have to tell her if she see what's going on.
Right.
And like I said, she at an age
think,
now.
Mr. Lovejoy, that Miss
She's at an
McCullough does
age
not
now.
love her daughter? I want a
No.
yes or no.
No, I have never told my daughter that. No.
Do you think Miss McCullum loves her daughter? Yes or no?
I know she do. I know she do, but it's just the circumstances that they got going on that they have to resolve. Like I said, I can tell. Like I said, the police have came to my house plenty of time, and they come in here and ask Anaya, do you want to go out here with your mother? No, 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 no. So like I said, I cannot put no bill up to Anaya and make her go out there and talk to her mother. It's been plenty of times that the police have done that. It's been plenty of times, 6, 7, 8 times that the police have been to my house.
In case that's me coming out to try to get her.
That's my point. That's the inconsistent part I'm talking about. It's like you're telling Anaya, your mom doesn't work here. She's not calling you. She's not doing this. And then every time she comes, she gets blocked to see Anaya. It's not even about you, because Anaya will block her at her job, or whenever her mom tries to do something to get Anaya and get blocked, there's some blocking where Anaya won't come with the mom, or etc. And then they go in, then it's this mantra that your mom doesn't want to be with you. It's inconsistent. It doesn't make sense. She's trying to have a relationship and she gets blocked. And then after she gets blocked, the rhetoric becomes she doesn't really want to be with you. This is about money.
But how? I'm not blocking her. I'm not blocking her at all.
You're doing something. Something's not right. Where's the counseling process going in this? What counseling have you set up for Anaya?
She's not going to counseling anymore because of the school that she's at now. But I mean,
we're gonna change that. You are required. There's a requirement for reunification counseling that I'm about to require. You all will do counseling once a week. Reunification counseling, it will be once a week. This right here is disturbing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, Your Honor.
Yes.
So I'm asking though. I mean, if it was on the other foot around, and like I said, Miss McCallum, she's not providing nothing. She's not helping with nothing, Your Honor.
If you want child support, Mr. Lovejoy, just say you want child support.
She's not going.
Mr. Lovejoy, Mr. Lovejoy, if you want child support, say it.
Yes, I want child support. Like
Tell me, Mr. Lovejoy, why you didn't ask me that a year ago?
Yes. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to, because the mother knows that she's supposed to take care of her child. She's know that.
I would agree. I have a bunch of child support comes through, and that's what I tell everybody. You should know that you take care of your kid.
That's just like me, Your Honor. I knew what I had to do for my child.
Right.
I knew what I had to do. So like I said, in 2 years, she haven't done nothing. You haven't supplied nothing.
So when you say done nothing, you want child support, correct?
Yes, I do.
How much do you make per month?
How much I make? Maybe $2,900.
How much do you make per month, Ms. McCullum?
Maybe 40.
40 what?
Okay. I'm sorry. You said a month. 32.
Okay. Do you pay health insurance, Mr. Lovejoy?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you pay for health insurance?
I pay it's exactly it's exactly $432 a month, but I split it in half because I'm on there and she on there. So
you pay $432?
Yes, ma'am, for both of us.
Who's on it?
Me and Anaya.
Okay. So you pay basically so half of that is what's that? $261?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold up. Is that right?
Oh, no, it'd be like 217,
okay.
Something like that. 217, I think.
Huh?
It'd be 217.
Yeah. So you pay $217 per month?
Yes, ma'am. Well, $432 for both of us, but $217 because
but I'm only giving you credit for what you pay for Anaya.
On $214.
Okay, so I'll do that, and I'll consider the temporary child support in that regard. We're going to do reconciliation counseling. It is required. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Your Honor, can I just say one thing, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Come to my office, please.
Mr. Lovejoy was only on child support for 1 year her whole entire life. She's always stayed with me. He's never helped me pay insurance, rent, anything like that. He only got mad because I was going through the pandemic and I was a hotel manager and we didn't have work for 6 months. I went without pay. And when I kept trying to speak to him, I went to his family, everything.
Miss McCullum, Mr. Lovejoy told me he paid child support in 2016, 17,
no, ma'am.
19.
If you can look on the documents that I uploaded the first time to Miss Marshall, I have them on there. Mr. Lovejoy was on child support for August 2021 to August 2022. There's also a paper that shows where I reached out to child support, asked them to stop it as soon as Anaya went.
No. I didn't ask you whether he was on child support like through the system. What I was asking is, was he was saying he was paying you monthly support even if you were not asking for it?
No, ma'am. He'll get her clothes and do little stuff like that. But ma'am, no, ma'am.
So you didn't get a monthly amount of money from Mr. Lovejoy's?
No. Now, what I will say is if I say, hey, she needs some food or something, he'll send $60 or something. But no, ma'am, nothing monthly and nothing consistently.
Mr. Lovejoy, were you paying a monthly amount to Miss?
Well, I only paid 1 year, Your Honor. But the thing
I understand that, but when I asked you for child support, which you under oath indicated that you paid child support in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. That's what you told me under oath. What did you mean?
Your Honor, I only paid 1 year, and that was the only year that she put me on.
Mr. Lovejoy, you told me you paid child support in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. What did you mean by that?
No, Your Honor, I've been there. Like I said, Your Honor, I've been on my job for 12 years, Your Honor. Hold on, I'm gonna take this. I've been on my job for 12 years, Your Honor. If I was so much of a deadbeat, I would have been on child support, Your Honor.
Mr. Lovejoy, Mr. Lovejoy, you told me you paid child support in 2016.
No, I only paid one. I only paid 1 year.
By that?
I only paid 1 year. I helped out. I helped out with my daughter. I helped.
You helped. You were giving something.
Yes, I was giving something. It wasn't like I wasn't giving nothing.
Did you give something? Did you give the money to Miss McCullum without her asking, or only when you asked? When she asked?
When she asked me, like I said,
you gave her money when she asked?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Whenever she asked, you would give it to her.
I'm talking about whenever.
In the last 2 years that you've had Anaya, what money did you ask Miss McCullum to give you?
I haven't asked her to give me nothing.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you didn't ask her to give you anything in the last 2 years?
No.
Okay.
No.
Did you feel like doing that last 2 years that she was a deadbeat when she wasn't giving?
I mean, ma'am, like I said, no, Your Honor. Like I said, Your Honor.
Did you, Mr. Lovejoy, did you feel like she was a deadbeat when she was not giving money in the last 2 years?
No.
You didn't?
No.
You just spent the whole time telling me that for the last 2 years she did nothing. And that bothered you.
She didn't do nothing though, Your Honor.
Okay. Was she a deadbeat during the 2 years?
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Yes,
okay.
She was.
Because she didn't give.
Yeah, because she didn't give. But I gave.
You gave? But,
yes,
but you gave when she asked. You didn't give. You didn't give without her asking. You gave when she asked.
I mean, I could. Your Honor, it just. Your Honor, I'm not. I've been there.
My question is, you only gave when she asked, right?
Right, or whenever my daughter asked. Whenever they asked me.
Deadbeat when you were not giving her monthly monies, right?
Right.
So she's not a deadbeat because she's not giving you monthly monies, right?
But okay, I mean, you're right, Your Honor. You're right.
All right, so, give me a moment. I'll come right back to you. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm waiting to get the child support numbers back, but I'll put those child support numbers in. And then we'll take a look at that number and we'll come back in between 6 and 8 weeks. So within 2 months, the reunification process has to be in place for at least 6 to 8 weeks before we finalize anything in regards to this case, okay? All right. Mr. Lovejoy, in the interim, please think through what you're doing and why you're doing it. Please think through it. I spent a good amount of time trying to question you and go through things with you because I wanted you to see the inconsistencies and what's the word that I'm trying to use? It's almost disingenuous because when you were in the situation, it was okay. And then Miss McCullum is in it. Somehow it's the most horrible thing you've ever seen. I really want you to think through why you feel the way you're feeling, because it doesn't, it's just so confusing. I don't understand how when Miss McCullum had Anaya and you were not on child support and she was not bothered by you not being on child support, you gave when you can and it was okay. When you have Anaya for 2 years, she's a deadbeat because she hasn't voluntarily paid you anything. When in the interim, you had done the same thing. It just doesn't. Come on, think through it, Mr. Lovejoy. Come on, be the co-parent I need you to be. All right, y'all.
I just, hey, I just need help. That's all. I mean, if she go, that's it. Whatever I just need help with my daughter.
Well, just ask her. You could have asked her that 2 years ago. You could say, Miss McCullum, send me $200 a month while I have Anaya. I'm gonna do the best I can, but just send me some money.
Okay, well, Your Honor, I mean, I'm not trying to.
That's what she would do for you. That's what she did for you.
I'm not trying to be on you, but Your Honor, I can't talk to her. So Your Honor, I'd rather for you to just tell her that. I'd rather for you to tell her that because.
But was she able to tell you that when she needed money from you? Was she able to call you up and say, "Send me the $60"?
Yes, I got the cash app.
And you sent it. Why you can't call her and ask for 200 or 300, whatever it is that you wanted? Buy some clothes.
Because Your Honor, because it's too confrontational to talk to her, Lena.
I think a text message is not all of that, Mr. Lovejoy. When you can text her to tell you not to come to Anaya's job. You could text her to tell her to send her $200.
All right, Your Honor.
You'll receive an order. You'll receive an order in the mail. That reunification counseling needs to start ASAP, right? In fact, in about 7 days, Ms. Marshall's going to reach out to you. It needs to start it, okay? So go ahead and start looking in for reunification counseling so that there's a reunification between this mother and daughter facilitating, and you're going to help facilitate it. That's the order of the court. Y'all are free to leave.
Thank you, Your Honor.